Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris. It's your boy Chris. It's another amazing episode of Financipation. This channel is all about making money. It's all about saving money. It's all about building generational wealth. And it's all about financially emancipating yourself from generational poverty. On this channel, everybody, I give you a six-figure MBA level worth of investing and financial knowledge for free here on YouTube. And the things that people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn in business school, I try to teach to you guys for free here on YouTube. Okay, so today we're going to talk about starting a custodial account for your son and your daughter. And in my opinion, as a parent, this might be arguably one of the most important financial videos you could ever watch, because at the end of the day, starting your children off on the right financial footing, in my opinion, is one of the greatest gifts you can give your child as a parent. Okay, so that let's get started. And I want you guys to take a pen and a pad, because this is going to be a very technical presentation. I'm going to go over a lot of numbers, but I think it's something that we all need to hear. Okay, so first and foremost, what exactly is a custodial account? Custodial accounts are also known as Uniform Transfers to Minors Act, or UTMA. And they don't talk about custodial accounts in the hood. They don't talk about them in the trailer parks. They don't talk about them in the barbershops. They don't talk about them in church or whatever. This is just kind of one of those things people don't really talk a lot about, unfortunately. And it's something that the poor and the middle class know almost nothing about. And I want to change that, okay? So when your son or your daughter is born, my advice is very simple. The day they get their social security number, you need to open a custodial account for them and put $1,000 into it, okay? And my advice is put $250 every month into that custodial account, and to find a good total stock market index fund that basically gives you a 10% return on your investment over a 15-year period, and invest that $250 every month into that total stock market index fund until your child turns 18, okay? Next, there are three brokerage accounts or whatever that I primarily use, or I talk about on this channel. They are Charles Schwab, they are Fidelity, and they are Vanguard. So Charles Schwab was my first brokerage account. I basically got with them when I turned 18. And I have all of my retirement accounts, my accounts with my 401ks and things of that nature that I rolled over from my previous employers. All that stuff is in my Charles Schwab investment account. And once I rolled over my 401ks from my previous companies and put them into my Charles Schwab account, the stock options that I bought was with SWTSX. SWTSX and Charles Schwab has an expense ratio of only 0.03%. And over the last 20 years, that total stock market index fund has averaged 14%. So with Charles Schwab, if you're a Charles Schwab, use the ticker symbol SWTSX and do your investing with them, okay? If you put $1,000 into that account the day your child is born, and you put $250 every month or whatever into that account, when your child turns 18 or whatever, they will have over $250,000 waiting for them in that account. How many of y'all would have benefited if the day you turned 18, you had $250,000 waiting for you? Simple as that. Next, Fidelity. Fidelity is actually arguably my favorite brokerage account, even though it wasn't my first. This is the one I actually use the most. And my current employer's 401k, my son's 529, me and my wife's index funds, we all have them basically through Fidelity at the moment. And one thing I love about Fidelity is that not only has it become my preferred brokerage account in my 30s, I can buy fractional shares with Fidelity, and you can buy stocks literally for as low as $1 if you go with them. And the ticker symbol that I think you should go with them, the total stock market index fund that gives you very good returns on your investment, are FSKAX. FSKAX represents has an expense ratio of 0.01%, and over the last 3 years, over the last 15 years, this has averaged 11%. So if you put $1,000 into this account the day your child is born, the day your son or your daughter was born, and you invest $250 into it every month, at 18, your child will have an amount waiting for them of close to $220,000. How many of you would have benefited by having $220,000 waiting in your account the day you turned 18? I just hope you do the right thing with it, okay? Vanguard charges an annual fee around $20 a year, and on top of that, they don't do fractional sharing. In other words, you have to buy the entire fund if you want to invest in Vanguard. And full disclosure, people, Vanguard also has also costs $3,000 to start it. So as a result, Vanguard, I actually don't have a brokerage account with them or whatever, just because of that initial account. And at the time that I'm recording this, I'm thinking about starting one, but I don't have one yet. So if you go with Vanguard, VSKAX is a very good Vanguard fund to use or whatever. It's a total stock market index fund that has an expense ratio of 0.04%. And over the last 10 years, Vanguard's total stock market index fund, VSKAX, has averaged nearly 12%. So if you decide to go with Vanguard, for one, you have to put $3,000 into it. But if you decide to go with Vanguard for your child's custodial account, If you put $1,000 into this account the day your child is born, and you put $250 every month into the VSKX total stock market index fund, I'm sorry, at 18 years old, your son or your daughter will have roughly $225,000 waiting for them. Before I go any further, everybody, please hit the like button, please comment and subscribe. It helps the algorithm, and I thoroughly enjoy giving you guys free content. So those amounts that I was throwing out, 250,000, 225,000, 230,000, those amounts that I was throwing out, once again, that would be a very good amount for you to start your life off at 18. Assuming you're a responsible person, you wouldn't use it tricking and basically buying beer and pizza and all that kind of stuff and just running women. If you had the maturity at 18 years old to basically have $250,000 waiting for you, that would literally change your entire outlook on being a young man or a young woman, being a teenager. And one of the benefits that I love about custodial accounts is, unlike 529s, they're not tied to college, and they also are not tied to retirement. What this means is you can do literally anything you want to do with that money when you get it. You can use it to become a real estate investor. You can use it to go to college. You can use it basically to start a business. There's a lot of different things about that. And I actually have a separate video where I talk about funding your kids' college funds or whatever, whether you should go with the 529 or a custodial account. It's a good video. You should definitely check it out. And in that video, I basically also said that me and my wife decided to go with a 529. But once I started explaining to my wife essentially what the differences are between the two, she made it very clear to me, no, we need to start a custodial account for our son. And after reviewing it, I could not basically disagree with her, because the investments that you can make in a custodial account are so much better than the ones that you can do with the 529. So at the end of the day, we have both a custodial account and a 529 for our son. And once again, some of the benefits of a custodial account: your child can use this account to start a business. They can use this money for college if they want to. They can use it pretty much for anything. There are a lot of things that go with it in regards to having a benefit of a custodial account. And to any parent that's listening, my advice is, if this is the route that you want to go with your son or your daughter, this is a very good account to open. I will say this though: your child gets this account the day they turn 18 as a parent, and you have nothing to do with it. You have no say about what they do with the money, and you basically have no legal ownership to the money after you spent 18 years investing into it. So my personal advice is, you had better raise and create financially literate children who understand how hard mommy and daddy love them and how hard mommy and daddy work to get them that account. Okay. So my son gets $100, for instance. This is pretty much how he has to basically break out his income. 10% immediately goes to tithe or to a charity. So that means $10 of every $100 he makes immediately goes to a church, or it goes to some type of charity. $50 of that 100 that he makes basically has to immediately get invested into his custodial account, period. It doesn't matter what he wants. Half of it immediately goes into the custodial account, and the other $40 he can use it to buy. He's going to be able to use it to buy candy, video games, or whatever he wants to do. When he starts dating, that'll be his date money. Okay, years down the road. So create financially literate children or whatever, and turn those children to financially literate teenagers, and turn those teenagers into financially literate adults. That's how you create a strong society, and that's how you build the community. Okay. So let's keep it moving. As a parent, you only have, in my opinion, 3 functions on this planet: to protect, to provide, and to lead. As a man, those are your only 3. Those are the 3 purposes that you exist on this world or whatever. So my advice is, start as early as possible in regards to creating a custodial account for your children. If you can only afford to put $20 a month or whatever into your child's custodial account, do that. But give your child the gift of compound interest, people. Give your child the gift of generational wealth. And once again, this is kind of like planting that tree by the river or whatever. And 18 years later, when you see how large this tree has grown, you say, wow, it's pretty amazing when I see this. That's essentially what generational wealth is. And that's essentially what compound interest is. All right, so let's imagine for a little bit, okay? Let's just put all of our cards on the table. Let's say your child is responsible, and they have, and let's say you're a responsible adult, and you give them a leg up and basically a way to have a leg up among other peers, because you start a custodial account for them. And let's say you invest money every month into that custodial account. And let's say the day your child turns 18, they have $150,000 waiting for them. Now, let's say that your child basically figures out a way to go to college for free, or they learn a trade, or they start a business or whatever, and they have no debt basically because of that. And as a result, they are in a position where they can invest $500 every month into that same total stock market index fund that you started or whatever 18 years ago when they were born. And let's say they put their money into an investment account that gives them a return on their investment of 11% every month. And they will figure out a way to put $500 every month into this account until they're 60. The day your child turns 60, they will have over $13 million waiting for them. Think about that for a minute. People, that is the reason why I started Financipation. That's the reason why I started this channel, because I did not hear about custodial accounts. I didn't hear about 401ks. I did not hear about Roth IRAs. I didn't hear about HSA accounts when I was growing up or whatever. They don't talk about this stuff, people, in the barbershops. They don't talk about this stuff, people, in the hood. They don't talk about this stuff in the basketball courts or the AAU tournaments. They don't talk about this kind of stuff, basically, in the areas or whatever, parts of the country that typically look like me. And as a result, I am sick and tired of seeing our people working hard their entire lives, spending all their money on stupid stuff and having literally no financial literacy. And I'm sick and tired of seeing our people essentially die penniless and broke. Not because they didn't have money, not because they didn't work hard, because they don't understand how money works. And we need to change that, okay? That's why I started this channel. Once again, $13 million just by investing, just by having a custodial account and investing roughly $500 a month for 60 years of their lives. People, it's that simple, okay? So in closing, this channel, Financipation, once again, is all about making money. It's all about saving money. It's all about building generational wealth. And it's all about financially emancipating yourself from generational poverty, okay? Please follow me on Instagram at @thereal_Financipation and check out some of my digital e-products below as well. Additional topic, I also have a financial blog that's gonna be coming out soon. So please like, please comment, please subscribe, and please hit the notification button so that you know when I'm dropping new content. Take it easy, everybody. It's your boy, Chris. I'm out. Peace.